Timberwolves win 113-111. Anthony Edwards with the game-saving block. The Timberwolves season isn't over just yet. So obviously devastating news with Karl-Anthony Towns meniscus injury. So that's going to keep him out for a little while. Timberwolves had a lot of things to figure out coming into this game, how the lineups were going to look. Dealt with some adversity early on with Edwards getting hurt around 40 seconds into the game. Then Monte Morris, who's been pivotal the last few games, leaves with the hamstring injury. So a lot was, a lot of guys had to pick up the slack. A lot of guys had to contribute at a high level. Anthony Edwards answered the call. Rudy Gobert answered the call. Big time plays by Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Jaden McDaniels. Everybody was contributing. And even though Kyle Anderson probably didn't have the best game, I think he actually played well defensively and made some smart plays offensively. So I think last year's experience for Kyle Anderson being in a similar role, Karl-Anthony Towns missing time due to the calf injury, I think Anderson's going to acclimate well to starting next to Rudy. And as long as we win, it doesn't matter what kind of stats he puts up, I think, because it's about the chemistry and how he connects everybody. And that's really what I think Finch sees in him. So I agree that he should be the guy starting until Towns returns. Shout out to TJ Warren. I think TJ Warren played a great game considering that he's been out of basketball for a while. He was able to put up, looks like 7 points and played in the fourth quarter as well. So I think he's someone that could stay beyond this 10-day contract, somebody that we could see until the end of the season, just because of, he's a proven player. He's been in different environments, Indiana, Phoenix. So I think I trust him if I'm Finch to stay with this team and be able to contribute, considering Towns' injury and considering the lack of bodies now with guys getting more minutes and needing to spread that around adequately. So I think the Timberwolves showed today that they're still having a lot to play for. They're still the number one seed in the West. So I think it's a promising sign that they still have a lot of guys. Anthony Edwards, of course, is still there and he's able to bring you out of these sort of situations. And other guys have been stepping up, and I think that's going to continue to happen. So I'm not too worried about how the Timberwolves will cope without Towns. I feel like the Timberwolves are a team that's well suited to cope with this kind of injury to that sort of player just because they already have a big man like Kyle Anderson and Naz Reid. So I think they'll be fine. One more thing, I know, now the Timberwolves might seem like a favorable first round matchup for a team like the Lakers, a team like the Warriors, but if I'm the Timberwolves, I'd want to see the Lakers or the Warriors in the first round. It's kind of like a couple of years ago where the Lakers thought they had an advantage going into Phoenix in the first round, an unproven team, and Phoenix kind of dealt with them, pretty seamlessly. So I think Minnesota should look forward to those sort of matchups. And if anything, I think that's a proven ground to show that they belong in these conversations among the top of the West. So big time win for the Timberwolves against the Pacers, and then a big one coming against the Cavs tonight. So looking forward to seeing how the Timberwolves can get the rest of the season going and respond to the Karl-Anthony Towns injury.